Jim Herrmann, what would you say was your best gig?
Man, I don't know. The Lee Summit Oktoberfest was a pretty good gig since we got in trouble. But then I remember back in the 80s I had a gig where we almost got fired. That was a pretty cool gig.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jim Herrmann, and my song is a song that asks the question of why don't we learn about. I recently learned about the Haymarket riots and the Ludlow massacres, which is where the workers of yesteryear really stood up for all of us in the future, and compared to them, us protesters here, we're real wimps. So this is a song I wrote at Winfield, but it just wasn't done, so I finished it this week. So here we go. This is called Teach These Stories. Day. 3 days later, police struck dead, 4 striking wonders in a fray. Next day down in Haymarket Square, 10,000 gathered because they cared. A peaceful protest turned to violence when an unknown bomber killed a crowd. At least 4 and 6 more cops were killed that day, mostly shot. 8 men framed and sentenced to hang, but on the way our spies did say there'll come a day when our silence will have more power than the voices you strangle today. Why don't we learn these stories in school? Why don't we learn about those who stood up to those who rule? Why don't we learn these stories in school? Just wanted safer work for 14 months more.